Hello, this is Cynthia Dalpett, and we're going to look at the book of Revelation over a few videos, as well as offer a course in the upcoming months. In the course, we'll go into the chapters a little more in depth, sometimes going line by line, verse by verse, or maybe even word by word. But we're going to have some videos that are here online so you can have a little reassurance as in the days to come. You know, a lot of things are happening in the world, and many times people are afraid to read the book of Revelation. But we can see from the scripture that there is a promise of a blessing. It says in chapter 1, verse 3, "Blessed are the reader and the hearers of the words of this prophecy, provided they obey the things written in it, for the time is near." So for those who read it out loud and for those that are hearing, there is a blessing. You know, God does not want us to have a spirit of fear. Yeshua, Jesus, wants us to know what is about to take place. Now, we can't know every little detail, but we can see what is about to take place, and we can see that it seems that things are moving a little quickly. We know there is a new world order coming, but we also know that the ultimate new world order that will come will be the 1,000-year reign of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah. So as we look at the book of Revelation, you know, a lot of preachers will only preach maybe the first three chapters and read the stories or about the letters that John wrote to these specific churches. Now, these churches were real. And one thing you need to remember that does this well is to cross the bridge back into the time, culture, content, and context of which the Bible was written and lived. And so John, who was one of the sons of thunder, a son of Zebedee, he was in his 90s probably when he wrote this, about 90 years old. It was written somewhere probably around 95 to 96 AD. And so he was the disciple, the loved disciple of Yeshua Jesus. And so we see that John was caught up in the spirit. He had a vision, and it was actually Yeshua Jesus that was the one authoring this, and John just wrote it down. So as we look at this, we see that there were really these churches, and Yeshua had some things against them, but he had some things that he said, you know, you did pretty good on this, but you need to change this, or hey, you're doing good. But we see that it talks a lot about the overcomer, and for those who have ears, let them hear. So the book of Revelation, the epistle of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Messiah, to the believers, it had to mean something to those churches that were receiving it. You know, it would have just been, if they were reading it going, oh yeah, that's to us, and what is all this other stuff? This means nothing to us. But it meant something to them at that time, just as it means something to us today. So a lot of preachers, they'll only preach these first three chapters, and then they just don't want to move into chapter 4 through 19 because it's difficult to understand. So a lot of times we go chapter 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, we understand Yeshua Jesus. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning, I'm the end. So let's just jump over to the end, to the 1,000-year reign when Yeshua comes back, rules and reigns for 1,000 years. And then we see he wipes away the tears, and the new heavens and the new earth and the new Jerusalem, and everything's happy, and we go into eternity. But there's some stuff that take place between chapters 4 and 19 that we really need to investigate and study, to look at the numbers, to look at the symbols and the meaning. And I think if you'll go through this with me, if you're a little apprehensive about today and these days that are ahead of us, I think maybe it will give you some reassurance that God is in control. And personally, I believe in a rapture. And there may be things that, you know, you don't see the way I do. I don't expect to change your mind. I don't expect that we'll agree on everything. But there are some things that maybe will be encouraging to you when we go through here and look at chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then as we move into 4, I think you may be encouraged till we get to when Yeshua comes back with the saints, and it's symbolically on the white horses, whether we're riding horses or not. Many people say yes, some people say no. I like horses, so if we're on horses, that's great with me. But one of the things we're going to look at is what it meant to the churches at that time. That yes, there really was a place where there was the throne of Satan, and we even know where that place, that throne, has been moved to today. We're going to examine the city that is built on 7 hills. And I think that will surprise you a little bit. So I hope you can join me in some videos to come. They're just overviews as well as the upcoming course that we're going to have. And we really want to study this book out. One of the reasons that the church should study this book is because these things are going to take place. And God does not want us to have a spirit of fear. The book of Revelation is the testimony of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah. And I think when you go through this and study with me, you'll really have a better understanding of who he is, that he is the Alpha and the Omega. But in Hebrew, he is the Aleph and the Tav. Join me for the next installment of this overview of the revelation of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah.